Good morning, my dear friends, and happy 4th of July here from Surfside, California on an absolutely beautiful morning. You know, I wanted to take a moment and let you know that I've been fortunate enough to travel and live all around the world. I spent 3 years in China, 2 years in Mexico, a year in Costa Rica, and I love all of the wonderful places that the world has to offer for each and every one of us and all the adventures. But there's no place on the face of the earth like the United States of America. Our founding fathers had a vision that was absolutely incredible. Nothing like this had ever been tried before. And thanks to the brave men and women who protect our country, we have this sweet gift, this wonderful gift of freedom. God bless America. Happy 4th of July. Thanks for all you do for Freedman Adventures. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Best showing on Bluefin tuna for Ensenada, Baja California is taking place right now. 35 miles from Ensenada, big foamers of bluefin tuna, 25 to 100 pound fish. We're biting today. Mara Sport Fishing and Baja Sport Fishing, to name a few of the guys that got in on this. We're all over it. Excellent daytime bite, nice fish, and there's a lot of them and a big spread. Ensenada is really starting to go. Billfish are starting to move into the La Paz area right now. Riley Gray and her father Rob from Danville, California, were fishing with Tail Hunter International in La Paz. On light spinning gear, they hooked a blue marlin. They fought for 3 hours. Estimated 300-pound fish broke off right at the boat. Then they hook a stripe marlin. They fight that for 2 hours. Now they're into a dorado bite and catch several dorado, and right after that they hook a sailfish and fight it for 45 minutes. Lots of billfish, dorado, and so much more biting in La Paz right now. It's fantastic. Beautiful fish. Oh, beautiful. Wow. Hey. Oh, look at some really cool here. Nice. Nice fish. A huge 30-pound lingcod just caught by 11-year-old JT on board the Island Spirit out of Ventura Sport Fishing. What an incredible catch for this young man as he realized his dream with this huge lingcod.
Definitely a good jig, small profile and all that. One thing I would note about this is having these hooks straight to your split ring like this, you'll probably lose at least 80% of your fish that way, almost guaranteed. Now the reason for that is there's no twist in this. These jigs, when they're down there, they're going like this, right? And fish grabs onto it, this jig's still twisting, you're not gonna hook these fish well. You have a rope hook on there, the moment they touch the hook, the rope's able to twist, and you're gonna get a better hook.
Paul just returned from a 2.5-day trip on board the Aztec. Limits of bluefin tuna, 80 to 120-pound fish. It was wide open. Phenomenal trip. Captain Greg from the Aztec joins us now to tell you what to fish with in the daytime.
Captain Greg, Aztec, just checking in, tackle recommendation for the day. For daytime action, I would be fishing 30-pound, 40-pound. Number 1, number 2, he says. It says up.
To number 1 or 2 circle hook, and yes, you want to throw the heaviest line you can get a bite on. Most of the time it's 30 to 40, but if you can get bit on heavier, do it.
Get out of bed and wake up the kids, 'cause you know what time it is. It's time for the morning briefing. Fishing reports up and down the coast. Your Phil Friedman, your coffee-loving host. So much fishing intel, it feels like cheating when you tune into the morning briefing. Inshore, offshore, from the surf, bluefin, yellowtail, pod, surf, perch. They'll tell you where the fish are and what they're eating when you tune into the morning briefing. give it a like and subscribe. Hit that bell to be notified of all the fishing content coming your way. Freedman Adventures is here to make your fishing day. It's a morning briefing. Morning briefing.
Please don't forget to support the Freedman Adventures family members who make this all possible, like the taxman, Tim Marquez, and your garage door man, Joe Welker, who does a great job and gets rave reviews here at Freedman Adventures. Heating and or air conditioning needs, it's our dear friend, John Lopez, and also the Island Spirit, Ventura Sport Fishing. You can't beat it. Chris Isaac and the El Patron out of Long Beach Sport Fishing, www.longbeachsportfishing.org. Good morning, my dear friends, and welcome to Surfside, California, here in the beautiful USA. It's a gorgeous morning. It's the 4th of July, and it couldn't be any more beautiful than to stand on this beach with you all here for another MB. We've got a lot to talk about. Man, there's some great stuff going on in Mexico, as you saw by the lead in Billfish and Yellowtail, Bluefin, tuna, so much more. And here in Southern California, we continue to have great opportunities with bluefin tuna. There's a huge area of BFT right now. That is looking really good. And we've got some cold water here now. So what's going on with our bass bite? It's full speed, wide open. What a night on the native sun out of 22nd Street Landing last night. Halibut, sea bass up in the Channel Islands, more halibut, and some striped bass up in San Francisco, and so much more, including our big day tomorrow morning right there on Anderson Street and Pacific Coast Highway. That's going to be fun. Surf fishing from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. You know what time it is. It is time for the morning briefing. Good morning, my friends. Oh my God. Is that good or what? And thank you so much for being here. Hit that like button. You are so fantastic the way you support us here at Freedman Adventures, and we deeply, deeply appreciate it. Share these videos everywhere, and don't forget, subscribe to the Freedman Adventures YouTube channel. Tick that rotten, filthy, disgusting little bell, and you'll be notified when there is new content. You can also follow us on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify. Happy 4th of July. All right, good to see so many people out here enjoying the great outdoors, and we owe that all to this magnificent experiment of democracy, the United States of America. Really, really remarkable. All right, don't let me get too carried away. One other thing is going on for me personally today. My wife, Ruth, is experiencing her first 4th of July as a United States citizen. I'm so proud of her, and I got to tell you, she is so proud to be an American citizen. It warms my heart, the gratitude she has, how thrilled she is to be a U.S. citizen, and how she runs around with her United States of America passport proudly all the time. It is really great stuff. All right, let's get into it with you all. There's just way too much to talk about today as I give it the Tootsie Report. The water's been a little bit cooler, and it is remaining that way. Feels okay, though. 60, 61. But it was much warmer maybe a week ago or so. We'll see how that all plays out. Down in Mexico, wow, the billfish are starting to move into the La Paz area. You saw that story about the father and daughter. That was remarkable how they fought a blue marlin, a sailfish, a striped marlin, caught a bunch of dorado in between. Down there with our friends at Tail Hunter International. Can't it get any better than that? At Cedro Sport Fishing with Toro, we continue to see some really great stuff going on there. Tremendous fishing on a variety of different species. Now, the yellowtail bite is down a little bit this year. but there's yellows, there's calico bass, there's halibut, there's white sea bass. Still some great opportunities, as you can see right there. So really good stuff going on down in San Quintin. You are looking at some fantastic yellowtail action. We know that from several sources, but I'll tell you, guys have been down there and they've been limiting out on the yellowtail on an easy, regular basis. Jeff Lingle, who runs the yacht and had great bluefin tuna fishing, I'll get into that in a moment with you. He also went into the coast down there around San Quintin and had fantastic yellowtail action. It has been really, really good, and it's not backing off one bit at all. We are loving every moment of that tremendous fishing down there in San Quintin. And now we get you up to Ensenada, and it's about time. Man, I'll tell you, now you can add to the Barracuda, the Big Bonito, the copious amounts of rockfish, the calico and sandbass. Now you can add bluefin tuna, because Mara Sport Fishing got a piece of that. Several other guys got a good piece of that. There was some really excellent fishing going on bluefin tuna down in that neck of the woods, 70 miles below the borders where you're going to find Ensenada. It's a great, beautiful Mexican coastal town that I know you're going to love. I have so many dear friends in Mexico Lindo. It's a beautiful place, and Ensenada starting to crank up now. We are really happy to see that good stuff going on there. On the long range scene, tremendous fishing for the Royal Star. 7-day trip. Larry Brown was in charge of that trip, did a great job. They had yellowfin tuna and yellowtail. Just fantastic fishing on these long range trips. 7- and 8-day trips have been stupendous here recently. It's really been a remarkable year for those guys. They started out with those long trips, those 16-day trips, where they were killing the fish. Now they're on their 7-8-day trip kind of trips, and man, they have just been putting the wood to the fish. Tremendous fishing going on. We are loving every moment of that. Don't forget, if you want to go to Catalina Island or fish Twilight bass fishing in SoCal is great. www.longbeachsportfishing.org. Get on the El Patron. They're going the 4th of July night. Probably sold out, because not only do you get a limit of sand bass, but you're going to get a free fireworks show. It should be really a lot of fun on the El Patron here tonight. And up there, out of beautiful Ventura Sport Fishing, my dear friend, Captain Daniel Hottaway. He runs the Island Spirit. Had a tremendous day yesterday. Again, it's been fantastic. www.venturasportfishing.com, 805-676-3474. Let's talk about our bluefin tuna bite, because it is spectacular right now. If you're on a day and a half trip or better, you need to be fishing at night, although there's a lot of daytime fish biting right now also. But I'm telling you, it is spectacular. The XL just getting back in from a 3-day trip. Absolutely phenomenal fishing on board the XL. I mean, I can go on and on and on and name boat after boat after boat. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to tell you how darn good it is right now. I will focus on a couple of guys like the Pacific Dawn. They had a tremendous trip on the Pacific Dawn. Theodore Duran was on that trip, having the time of his life. Wide open limit style fishing, 60 to 80 pound fish. It doesn't get any better than that, I'll tell you that right now. Aztec, 2.5-day trip. Limits, really great fishing for the Aztec. You heard the tackle tip when you're fly lining. You want to go 30 to 40 pound fluorocarbon, and the guys in the background are saying, no, up. So you want to fish as heavy a line as is possible. Sometimes, though, that will require you to drop down to 30 to 40 pound, a number 1 or 2 circle hook, a good hot bait, and you are in, and that's in your daytime fishing. It's been pretty darn good. Let me tell you that. Jeff Lingle, who runs that yacht, he said there is such an enormous spread of bluefin tuna right now. It is truly remarkable. You know, about 10 days ago, guys were really starting to wonder about this whole thing. And then it's as if the whole ocean floated up with bluefin tuna. There's bluefin tuna up around San Nicolas Island, all the way down to San Martin Island, which is 140 miles below the border. Fantastic spread of fish. It can't get any better than that. Christopher Paul was on that Aztec trip here recently, and he said, Phil, it was wide open. Happy 4th, Chris. Way to go. So happy you got a good piece of that. Really excellent fishing. Now, full day boats have been getting some really good scores. Yesterday was a little bit slower. It was not for a lack of fish. The San Diego and the Grande, the Mission Bell, they all saw a lot of bluefin tuna. So hopefully that's going to get on the bite again. There was a lot of boat pressure. Maybe that had a little something to do with it. The Mission Bell had 6 bluefin tuna. The San Diego had 5 bluefin. Some of these guys are catching a few bonito to go along with it. One thing they are saying on those local trips is you need to be tackled up for 100-pound bluefin tuna. A lot of that fish is 20 to 60 pounds, but there's enough of that 100-pound stuff running around that you have to have the right tackle. So if you don't, rent it. Be prepared. You're going to spend all this money, time, and trouble to go down there and do this kind of a fishing trip. You've got to have the right tackle, or it'll be an exercise in futility, and we do not want to see any of that. Independence. Yes, I got to go back to them. Just getting word. They had a great night of bluefin tuna fishing last night, and Kevin Kwan from Young's Fishing Tackle in Bellflower, California is on board that one. Kevin, so happy to see you are getting them. They arrived in the area, hit a kelp, put a bunch of yellows on yesterday afternoon, and then had fantastic, wide open bluefin tuna fishing last night. How can it get any better? How can it happen to such a nice guy like Kevin? He is truly remarkable. The surfers back behind me enjoying this beautiful 4th of July here in Southern California. How can it get any more lovely than it is? The sweet gift of freedom right there. That's what that is with those guys surfing back there right now. So really great stuff going on. Let's talk about our islands now. We'll start down there at the Coronado Islands and let you know that we've been seeing a lot of yellowtail, but man, it just does not want to bite. We see the stuff. It's squirrely. You know, you can catch pretty good amounts of barracuda and calico bass. There's plenty of rockfish, but the islands have been slow for quite some time in the water. It's vacillated from being cool to being pretty warm, and both cases have not produced any consistent great bite. So we'll continue to watch that for you very, very closely. San Clemente Island, the Thunderbird. Man, we have seen some big yellows and sea bass there. Fishing dropper loop has been the way to get it done, and we have seen some really nice fish, no doubt about that. I love what we are seeing there at San Clemente, fishing that dropper loop. Now, the numbers may not be huge, but it's still been pretty darn good. I will tell you that. Excellent fishing on big grade fish. We'll keep our eyes on that for you very, very closely. At Catalina Island, we continue to see some pretty darn good fishing going on mixed bag fish. Scott Buchert took all these photos on the El Patron yesterday. Halibut, yellowtail, barracuda, calico bass. Nice mixed bag fishing at Catalina Island on board the El Patron. How can you beat that? By the way, the Amigo has a trip coming up, and Jolene Thompson will be on that trip. It's just they don't have enough people to go right now, so hopefully people will jump on it with Jolene on board there. That should be an absolutely magnificent trip. We are thinking it's going to be just that. Good morning. Happy 4th. Thank you. All right. Then we ride you up to the Channel Islands, and man, there's been some great sea bass. There's been some great halibut. It's backed off a little bit here the past couple of days, but that's probably enough time for Tucker McCombs on the Endeavor to crank out another big score. You look at the scores on the Endeavor. Daniel Hottaway ran the trip where they had 100 halibut about a week ago or so. Then Tucker comes back and catches 120 white sea bass. It's been a little scratchier here the last couple of days, but man, that bite overall is fantastic. Plenty of rockfish, some really excellent white sea bass and halibut fishing. As I say, it's been a little scratchier here recently. The bar is set so high right now. I mean, you got to have 3 white sea bass per rod, 4 blue marlin, and a whole bunch of halibut to impress anybody anymore. It's really been fantastic fishing there. And up there, as we move you up to Avila Beach and Morro Bay area, great rockfish. Monterey, same thing. Up there in the San Francisco area, if you want to go outside and catch rockfish, when the weather's good, it's full speed, limit lingcod style fishing, quite a bit of halibut inside, along with some good striped bass fishing. That's backed off a little bit also, the halibut and striped bass fishing. but it's punctuated every now and again with some really excellent fishing. Really great stuff going on. Now, let's bring it into the local scene because I want to talk about our bass fishing. And San Diego remains still a little bit slow. This cooler water seems to have had an adverse effect on the bass play. You're still scratching some calico and sand bass, the possibility of white sea bass or yellowtail and some rockfish, but it's a little bit slower. Then you get up here into the LA Orange County area. I got to tell you, we got the cold water too, but it is not slowing the bass down. They had a great day on the Victory yesterday out of Long Beach sport fishing on quality bass. The Monte Carlo out of 22nd Street Landing has been catching good fish. And last night on the Native Sons Twilight trip, Aaron Graham takes the passengers out 60-degree water. For July, that is frigid for Southern California. It's the kind of water temp that could really back that bite off entirely. I got soaked on that one pretty good. And guess what? 53 guys, limits of sand bass, some guys catching 2 at a time. Absolutely phenomenal on board the Native Son. They continue to run twilight trips, continue to do great stuff on their daytime trips. It's been a spectacular Southern California bass year. The best, and this is not hyperbole, in 3 or 4 decades. It's been that good, and it is continuing. And when that water warms up again, look out, it's gonna get even crazier than it is already. All right, up there on the Island Spirit with my friend Captain Daniel Hadaway. How about a magnificent 30-pound lingcod for an 11-year-old boy, JT? That is a fantastic, awesome, beautiful catch, JT. I'm so happy for you. Nice going. I want to drop back. Hey, happy 4th. I want to drop back and talk about the new Del Mar for one moment because we had a spectacular catch on board the new Del Mar. Juan Victor de Leon and his lovely daughter, Bella. Bella's first time on a sport boat. Her dad wanted her to experience it here around the 4th of July. So Bella was learning how to bait her hook and learning how to set the hook and having the joy and thrill of feeling that bite at the line and catching a fish. Halfway through the trip, Bella's picking her own bait, putting it on the hook, catching her own fish. She did a great job. She celebrated with a boat burger. Bella, happy 4th of July, and way to go on a memorable day that you'll never forget with your father. Yesterday as we move up on the 4th of July, 2025. My hat's off to Juan Victor de Leon and his daughter, Bella. That is really great stuff. I absolutely love it. We move you up there into the areas north up to Santa Barbara, and there's some bass up that way, but we've got this cold water, so I don't know what the heck is going on with that. We'll continue to watch it for you very, very closely and see what happens. Let's talk about the Southern California surf. This cooler water is producing more barred perch, but we still have yellowfin, croaker, and yesterday afternoon, man, the birds were going nuts. Dolphin skying out of the water right here where I'm showing you. It was absolutely phenomenal. And man, I got to tell you, that is an indication that there's bait fish. Maybe it's the grunion starting to stage. There's a grunion run that will occur in Southern California starting on July the 8th. Maybe it's that. Maybe it's some other bait fish that are in here. But it was absolutely spectacular. There's been some halibut up there around 72nd Street in the area in Long Beach, California. In the Santa Monica Bay, we continue to see pretty good Corbina fishing going on. Down there, Huntington Beach, we've also seen some really excellent fishing going on in terms of Corbina and some yellowfin croaker up there around El Segundo. We will be right there where you see that tower, my friends, tomorrow morning, 5th of July, 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. Should be a lot of fun. Come on out, have a cup of coffee, go for a walk, watch the dolphin sky out of the water, or catch a big legal halibut with Friedman Adventures on the 5th of July. That should be absolutely spectacular. I'm looking forward to that. Man, there's some pretty big surf rolling in here. I got to tell you, there's a lot of surfers down here for the 4th of July. Let me show you right over here. You can see what I'm talking about. Whoa, that is pretty impressive here on the beach for the surfers. Anyway, I hope this calms down for tomorrow morning a little bit. But to be perfectly candid with you, man, you're throwing a chrome crocodile lure right now, you're getting bit. You're throwing any kind of a lucky crab lure, you're getting bit. Or if you can make a cast out beyond that wave, you're getting bit. It should be spectacular. Watch those waves roll up on the jetty over there. Man, that is some crazy good stuff here on the 4th of July. All right, my friends, what on earth can I tell you other than we are so blessed to be part of this great country. Only 250 years, that's nothing when you look at history. And man, of all the years I've spent abroad, 3 years in China, 2 years in Mexico, a year in Costa Rica, I had so many great trips. There's such beautiful parts of the world with so many wonderful people. But the United States of America, I got to tell you, we have that sweet gift of freedom. I saw firsthand what a totalitarian regime is like when I lived in communist China. Let me tell you, we are really blessed here in the United States of America. Let me grab my coffee and give you a toast here. Happy 4th of July. I'll get this straight. Happy 4th of July, my dear friends. Hope you get out and enjoy some really great fishing. It truly is a gift and a blessing. And as always, I hope to see you really, really soon.